Hi, everybody. My name is Lauren Wilson. I'm the Associate Director of Student Development. And today we're going to chat a little bit about your finances and how to manage your finances on OspreyHub. Obviously, you may want to know how to spend your money. And so let's start with some of the basics. On OspreyHub, there are two different types of finance requests. There's a purchase request, which is basically how you would spend the money that you already have in your budget. And then a funding request is when you would like to request additional funding from our Student Senate. That could be for an event on campus. It could be for marketing supplies. It could be for a trip or a conference that your group plans to attend. But that's the difference between the two. Purchase request is spending money you already have. Funding request is asking for more. For the purposes of today's conversation, we're going to chat and focus specifically on the purchase request process. So again, that is spending money that you already have in your budget, and that is something that is required anytime that an expense is made from your budget. So there's two different budget types. There's a club budget, which is your annual budget that's allocated to your club by Student Senate. Those funds are available during the academic year and close out at the end of May. The revenue funds is the like your fundraising money, your money that is generated from different fundraisers, and that can carry over from year to year. So know that those are the two different budget types that we're talking about, but when you're spending from either one, the purchase request process is necessary. Okay, so we are really big on timelines in student development. All purchase requests must be submitted at least 3 weeks in advance of your event or in advance of when you need those supplies in hand. There are lots of steps behind the scenes that happen once the purchase request is submitted. And we need that time in student development to make sure that everything is processed and that you receive your products in time, your vendors are paid on time. The 3 weeks notice is very important. Okay, so once you log into OspreyHub, there's a bar on the left-hand side that has little icons for every club that you are a member of. If you click that little icon, you should be able to go down to the Finance tab. Again, this is for clubs that have budgets. If you don't have a budget, you don't have an account, then the finance would not be turned on for your group. So up in this top right-hand corner, there's an option to create requests, and you can click on purchase request or funding request. But again, we're going to focus on purchase requests for this session. When you do that, you would write a general subject for what you're planning to spend your money on, supplies for the Get Involved Fair, the requested amount. If you know exactly the amount that you are going to purchase, so if this is an online order, you're ordering through Amazon, you know that your final amount is going to be $77.50, then go ahead and put that exact amount in the requested amount. If you're going to a store to go shopping and you think that you might spend between $75 and $100, just overestimate, say that you're going to spend $100 at Michael's. So that's for the requested amount. For the description, that's where you'll flush out what these supplies or what this purchase is for. For your account, that's where you're going to click and select if this is coming from your club budget or your revenue. For the most part, things will be coming from your club budget, but every so often there are some purchases that would need to be made through revenue. So if you are purchasing gifts for your graduating seniors in your organization, if you're purchasing graduation stoles, those are things that would have to come out of your revenue because we're not permitted to take that out of your allocated budget from Student Senate. So, but for most programming supplies, that would be coming from your club budget. The payee section is the person or the store that would be receiving payment. This is not you. People make that mistake all the time, but the payee is the person or the store that is receiving payment. So again, if you're having a DJ, you would put the DJ's name as the payee. If you're ordering supplies from Amazon, put Amazon. If you're going shopping at Home Depot, put Home Depot. It is whatever store or person is receiving the payment. For category, select the one that makes the most sense. Obviously, there's going to be times that something might overlap with 2 or 3 different categories. Pick the one that makes the most sense. Your advisor can always adjust if need be, but that one is not quite as important. We just try to categorize the expenses that are being purchased from your account. Lower on the, as you scroll down on the purchase request form, there's some additional questions. Again, if you are utilizing a DJ or a guest speaker, you'll want to fill this information out so that we have a point of contact for that vendor. the URL of the event page. So all purchases need to be connected to an event if they're an event related purchase. So if you are putting in a purchase request for your guest speaker, make sure that you have your event already up on OspreyHub for your guest speaker event on November 1st or whenever it is. And then you would put the link to the OspreyHub event right over here. If for some reason it's not being used for an event, obviously there's going to be times that you are just wanting to purchase t-shirts or pens or promotional items to be given out throughout the year. Just write NA. Next question, this purchase will be completed by, so a few different options here. If it's an online store, we will make the purchase for you. So you can do a credit card online transaction. So again, that's for Amazon purchases. If you're buying office supplies, you can use wbmason.com and we have an account through them. So those are all online transactions. If you are looking to physically pick up the credit card and go to Target and go to Michael's and go to Dollar General or whatever other stores that you're going to do your shopping at, you would hit credit card, I will take to a real store. And then you would put your preferred date to check out the credit card. Anytime that we are hiring somebody for a service, so if you are using a DJ, if you're paying a guest speaker, if you are hiring a photographer, those are things that would need to be paid by check. And in some cases, we need to issue contracts for those individuals. So you would hit pay by check. The last option, internal transfer, is for any Chartwell's catering orders, any orders that are being put in through the print shop. Those are the two big ones for internal transfers. If that's the case, we always need the quote or the invoice to be uploaded as part of your purchase request. So this last piece over here, attach documentation for your purchase. So if you are going shopping in person, we will ask you to bring receipts back for us. So we don't need to see your general breakdown of how much you're planning to buy at Michael's and what you're planning to purchase at Walmart. You will be required to bring those receipts back to us. But if you are ordering promotional materials, if you're putting in an order for customized t-shirts, if you are doing a Chartwell's order and you already have your Cater Tracks quote ready to go for your first general member meeting, upload that document so that we have the documentation that goes along with that purchase. If we don't have that, we will not be able to proceed. If you are using a new person who hasn't been to campus before, so let's say it's a new DJ that we're hiring or a guest speaker that hasn't been to our campus before, we will need a copy of their W-9 and your advisor can help you through that process to let you know if a W-9 is needed or if it's something that's already on file with us. So if you're getting a W-9 from your speaker or your DJ or the vendor that you're working with, you would make sure to upload that as part of this process. So that is, in a nutshell, how to do purchase requests. If you have any questions at all, you are welcome to and encouraged to email and contact your student development advisor. But hope that gives you a good foundation for how to get started on spending your club budget this semester. Take care.